Bring your ears like open calabashes, and your hearts like evening fires. This is a tale of shade and shine, of cloth and courage, of a shop that forgot the sun can be dark at night, and a designer who remembered that midnight is also light. In Makonda City, at a bridal shop called Ivory Vale, a young woman is told, "Your skin is too dark for a white dress." Laughter hides between lace and glass. But word moves faster than scorn. A master designer hears the wind talk and the loom of destiny begins to hum. If this tale stirs your spirit, like so the drum carries it farther, share to spread pride like morning light, and comment your city plus time, e.g. Abeokuta, 6:47 p.m., so the griot knows where and when the story is walking. The day the mirrors lied, simple English, folktale rhythm. The sun woke early over Makonda City. Okadas buzzed like blue flies. Hawkers shouted, "Cold water, ground nuts, puff puff." A brass band practiced a love song that kept forgetting the last note. Naya Okonkwo walked down Orole Street with her mother Mama Ugo and her cousin Temi. They were going to choose a wedding dress. The store was new and shiny. Its name stood big and pale, Ivory Vale Bridals. The glass door chimed when they entered. The air smelled like lemon and starch. Mannequins stood still, wearing lace like sea foam. A young attendant came quickly. Her badge said, "Pearl." Her smile looked sweet, but it did not reach her eyes. "Welcome, brides," Pearl sang. "What style do you like? Ball gown? Mermaid? A-line? We also have champagne and rose gold tones that soften the skin. Many choose these when their tone is, deep." Naya's skin was the color of rain-wet earth, rich and complete. Her hair was wrapped in indigo cloth. She smiled, soft but sure. "I want white," she said. "The white of kola nut, the white of sea wave, the white my grandmother wore when she danced for rain." Pearl's smile stiffened. "Of course, we can try, but true white can be harsh on darker brides. Ivory is kinder. Also, there is a salon nearby. They do lightening facials. Just 2 shades. Very safe. Our brides love it." Temi coughed. It was the kind of cough that means thunder is dressing its shoes. Mama Ugo held Naya's hand. Another attendant floated over. She whispered like a secret snake. "We can contour the chest area for camera. On deep tones it helps the light. Or we edit heavy later." Naya felt a small heat behind her eyes. She had not come to argue science. She had come to choose joy. "Please bring white," she said again. "Let us see." Pearl nodded, lips tight. She went into the forest of tulle and came back with a sparkling dress. "Try this," she said. "We will see." In the changing room, the lace was cold. Temi zipped the back. Mama Ugo tied the head wrap firmer, like a crown. When Naya stepped out, the shop filled with sky. The dress did not make her beautiful. It only remembered her beauty. But Pearl smiled the wrong smile. She said, head tilted. "Our lighting fights the undertone. Maybe off-white will help." Temi muttered, "Is it light that is fighting, or your eyes?" A woman in a stiff black dress came to the scene. Her badge said Dahlia, the manager. Her perfume smelled like last year's rain. "What is the issue?" Pearl spoke loudly enough for all to hear. "We advise the bride to choose ivory or champagne. Also, we discourage head wraps. They look too ethnic in photos. Our brand is universal." "Which universe?" Temi asked. "In mine, night is also part of the sky." Some customers turned to look. A girl in lilac whispered, "She is so pretty. Why are they—" Her friend touched her elbow. "Hush." Dahlia folded her arms. "We keep standards at Ivory Vale. Our pages are curated. If you will not accept our guidance, perhaps this is not your shop." The mirrors on the wall kept quiet, but they shook inside. A thin ray of sunlight slid past the high window and kissed Naya's cheek. Her skin answered with a quiet glow. The mirrors saw it. The staff refused. Naya remembered her grandmother's proverb. When the calabash says the river is shallow, show it the moon it cannot hold. She untied the indigo wrap, folded it twice, and laid it on the counter. Soft, not surrender. She spoke clearly. "My skin is not a problem your brand must fix. My head wrap is a story your windows forgot to read. If your standard cannot hold my shade, let your door not hold my feet. She carried the dress back to change. She put on her own clothes. She walked to the exit with calm steps. Pearl called after her, "Madam, you cannot leave in our gown." "I am not," Naya replied, already herself again. At the counter, a seamstress with needle-pricked fingers looked up. Her name was Auntie Halima. Her eyes were sad and kind. She pressed a small card into Naya's hand as she passed. "Courage, my child," she whispered. "If you need a needle that respects cloth, call." Outside, the road felt wide. The sun shifted a little, as if making space for justice to sit down. Across the street, in a cafe where lemon fights sugar, a woman lifted her head. A tape measure hung around her neck like a necklace. Brown frames sat on her nose. This was Sewa Adeyemi, a designer whose name moved like soft thunder. She had watched the window drama in silence, the way a hunter reads a bush. "The mirror lied," Sewa murmured. Her assistant Kiki leaned in. "Auntie?" "The mirror lied," Sewa repeated. "But the light told the truth. Do you know the girl?" Kiki shook her head. "No, but the city is a radio." They asked the Okada man, who asked the fish seller, who asked a tailor, who called Auntie Halima, who sent the number on the card. In 1 hour, Makonda City had done what cities do when they love a story. Sewa dialed. Mama Ugo answered, voice strong like hot tea. "Hello? I am a tailor," Sewa said. "I want to help sew the day back." There was a small quiet. Then, "Come." "No." 12 Mbali Crescent. "Bring your best eyes." Sewa went with only her sketchbook and respect. On the veranda, she found Naya, feet bare, head wrap folded like a sleeping bird. The house smelled like palm oil and forgiveness. "I saw a shop try to measure you with a short tape," Sewa said. "They told me white would fight me," Naya replied. "White only fights when it forgets whose page it lives on," Sewa said. "I am building a line called Night Teaches the Sun. I need a muse. If you allow, let the gowns learn from your shade." Temi clapped once. Mama Ugo's eyes became 2 small rivers. Naya held the indigo cloth and thought of her wedding day. She nodded. "If we do this, we do it our way. No bleaching, no 2 shades lighter, no apology." "No apology," Sewa agreed. "Only praise." The city stretched, pleased with itself. Somewhere a drum remembered an old rhythm. Somewhere a bridal shop felt a small stone in its shoe. The drum says, "Don, don, don." The moon replies, "Begin, begin, begin." Indigo women and the law of cloth dawn came in blue sandals tiptoeing past curtains. At Sewa studio, the day began with fabric talk, silk whispering, aso-oke humming, organza asking too many questions. Kiki brewed ginger tea and set out swatches like blessings. On the wall, bent copper letters said, "The night is also light." Naya entered shy but firm, indigo head wrap, sure like a sail. Temi came behind, eyes bright. Mama Ugo carried a bowl of puff-puff. "Tailors sew better when sugar knows their names," she said. Everyone laughed. "Welcome to the House of Cloth," Sewa said. "Here your skin will choose its whites." "Whites?" Naya asked. Sewa showed a rack, snow white, shell white, chalk white, and whites with secrets, egg white with a breath of blue, milk white with a hint of moon, salt white that remembers the sea. She held each near Naya's cheek. Some bounced light like gossip. Some drank light and gave it back like a proverb. "This one," Sewa said, lifting a quiet, blue-kissed white, "feeds the light and returns it soft. It will be your friend." Auntie Halima, now in Sewa's studio, she had crossed the street carrying her dignity, threaded a needle and smiled. "Let us show those mannequins their mother." They draped, they pinned, they talked about shape and comfort. Sewa sketched lines that could carry blessings across shoulders. The gown woke from paper to breath, a dye-dyed silk for the lining, so your skin will greet a gentle blue first. Hand-woven aso-oke panels to catch the light like wise eyes, organza sleeves like river mist. The veil would not be a hostage sheet, but a cloud embroidered with tiny cowries. "What will you call this gown?" Kiki asked. Naya held the moon white against her wrist. "Salt at midnight," she said. Salt is white, but we measure it by taste, not by tone. Temi danced a small step. Write it down. While they worked, the city chewed the news. Ivory Vale posted photos of champagne dresses. Our signature palettes flatter all brides. Comments arrived like rain on zinc, fast and loud. All means all, not some, but not night. Fire your mirrors. Stop telling people to bleach for your feed. By afternoon, the office that managed the mall sent a policy memo to all tenants. No discrimination. No skin-lightening recommendations. Staff must treat all customers with dignity. Words can be small spears when sharpened. Sewa's phone buzzed. A message from Dahlia. We would like to apologize privately, perhaps offer a discount. Sewa replied, Apology is a public dress. Discounts are small hats. Learn to sew better. Kiki placed the phone face down. Back to work. 2 storytellers arrived from a small magazine called Melanin and Markets. Como with camera, Zara with notebook. We tell stories where the woman keeps her name, Zara said. May we watch? You may, Naya said, if I am not a specimen. Subject, not object, Como promised. They asked about light and shade. Sewa spoke of indigo women who sang to cloth by the river. Auntie Halima spoke of her grandmother's loom and how the moon taught her fingers to count. Naya spoke of teachers, aunties and screens that tried to make her smaller, and of the moments she chose to stay whole. Sewa circled the half-finished gown. We will edge the hem with a whisper of silver a deer, like the line where sea kisses shore, she said. They fitted again. The dress did not swallow Naya. It framed her. She stood on a small wooden box. The mirror finally behaved. It did not ask her to be less. It asked her to be. Tomorrow, Sewa said, we rehearse the small show. I am calling it Night Teaches the Sun. I want elders in front, young ones at the sides, and candles in clay cups. Where? Temi asked. The old customs house, Sewa said. A hall where memory and future greet. That night, Naya lay in bed thinking of day 1 in the shop and day 2 in the studio. She remembered the hurt. She remembered the cure. She put both in a basket. She told her heart, carry gently. Across town, Ivory Vale called a staff meeting. Dahlia cleared her throat. We must change, she said. Pearl fidgeted. Auntie Halima was gone, but her absence sat in the room like an aunt watching from the doorway. They talked of training. They talked of new mirrors. They talked of words that should never be said again. A small beginning is still a beginning. The drum says, tun tun tun. The moon replies, grow, grow, grow. The runway where night marries white. The invitation glowed on many phones. Sewa Adeyemi presents Night Teaches the Sun, a small show for a big lesson. The old customs house smelled of wood and stories. The runway was polished floor. On both sides, candles sat in clay cups. Aunties with fans guarded the flames. In front sat elders with silver hair. Behind them, students with bright eyes. Editors balanced cameras. Rival designers balanced envy with compliments. Because fashion is also politics, and politics loves a soft chair. Backstage, Sewa's team moved like rain that knows where to fall. Auntie Halima checked seams. Kiki set cowries at the mirror's corners. Temi fussed over the playlist. Soft drums, gentle guitar, voices like sweet palm wine. Are you ready? Sewa asked Naya. Naya touched the lining, indigo, the panels, aso-oke, the veil, cowries, and the name inside the dress, salt at midnight. I am ready to teach the sun, she said. The lights dimmed. Griot Atto began with a poem. Some say light is one thing, but the baobab says, come count my shadows. When night opens her calabash, the stars drink and sing. And the bride? She is the road where day and night agree. The first model came in a silk sheath called Starpath, dotted with tiny mica like secret constellations. The second wore palms in eclipse, a two-piece that turned when she turned. The third was milk in indigo bowl, high neck, quiet, proud. Each skin tone wore a white chosen to honor it. White was not boss, white was friend. People leaned forward. Some forgot to blink. A camera lowered because sometimes lenses are too slow for truth. Then Griot Atto lifted his staff. Behold, he said, Salt at Midnight. Naya stepped into the open. The room exhaled. The moonlight did not shout. It glowed. The organza sleeves caught light and tamed it. The aso oke panels drew lines that remembered village and airport at once. The veil hovered like a patient cloud. She did not rush. She walked like a proverb arriving. At the runway's end, she paused and raised the veil for a breath. She looked into the room, not begging, not daring, simply being. In the front row sat Dahlia from Ivory Vale. Yes, Kiki had invited her kindly. Dahlia's face wore a mask trying to be skin. Slowly she clapped, not for herself, for the lesson. Others joined. The sound rose like warm rain. After the finale, Sewa led Naya out again hand in hand. The applause softened like waves kissing shore. Backstage became a small festival. Elders blessed. Children stared with happy mouths. Designers took notes on how to stitch praise into policy. A woman approached Naya. She held her phone like a small bird. "My name is Ihi," she said. "Last week a shop told me to try rose gold to fix me. Today I saw myself unfixed. May I borrow your words when I push back?" "Take them," Naya said. "Add your own." A photographer, Kwaku, asked, "Portrait, no filter?" "No filter," Naya smiled. "Let the truth do its own makeup." The picture traveled like a lantern. Many who needed it found light on their faces. 2 days later, Ivory Vale called a press talk. Dahlia read from a paper that had learned manners overnight. "We harmed a bride with ignorant words. We are sorry. We will retrain staff. We will never suggest skin lightening. We will change our mirrors, literally and morally." Some rolled eyes, some accepted. "Let them learn," Naya told Temi. "The river makes room even for stones that used to trip it." On the wedding day, the church wore sunlight. Chike waited at the altar, eyes full. When Naya entered in Salt at midnight, the choir forgot their first line and found a better one. The priest smiled and whispered to the book, "Let us keep this page." After vows and cola nut, after auntie jokes and uncle wisdom, after dancing that taught the floor new verbs, Naya and Chiki slipped to the courtyard, where an almond tree kept gossip like a diary. "Do you know what I see?" Chiki asked. "My dress?" Naya teased. "No," he said. "I see you, my library where the night wrote me back." She leaned into him. "I see you too, my daylight that does not shout." Elsewhere, Sewa was sketching a new line, Daughters of the Indigo, workshops for schools, shade literacy for shops, a traveling trunk show with cowries and clay cups. Auntie Halima sharpened her needles and her smile. The city was not fixed in one day, but the road had bent a little toward a better river. And the mirrors, the good ones learned to tell the truth. The bad ones were replaced, as bad mirrors should be. The drum says, "Don, Don, Don." The moon answers, "Remember, remember, remember." Again, chorus keeps the beat. If this tale gave you pride, like so the beat travels. Share to bless another mirror, and comment your city plus time, e.g., Kumasi, 8:21 p.m., with one line about a shade you love on your skin. Want an epilogue? Daughters of the Indigo, the school workshop, the shop retraining, and a gallery show of Salt at Midnight. Say, Griot, continue.